Hello guys, welcome back again to your favorite story breakdown, where I'm gonna breaking down your favorite film, video game, and also series. So, because The Last of Us Part 2 are finished, so now we are in The Last of Us Part 2 Story Masterclass. So we're just going to talk about the story of The Last of Us Part 2. But before we jump to the Last of Us Part 2 story, let's throw back to the Last of Us Part 1 story, okay? Ignore this paper. I just prepared it for just in case. Let it be. Alright, so let's start with The Last of Us Part 1. Last of Us Part 1. Okay, let's first of all let's start with the Last of Us Part 1 story. Okay, so The Last of Us Part 1 story, we got our heroes named Joel. Okay, we got our heroes named Joel. So Last of Us we play as Joel. So how about the characters of Joel? Okay, the characterization are built in the game. If you want to know that, when Sarah is dead, Sarah when Sarah when Sarah is dead, the first when Sarah is dead, second killed by government, killed by government, and Robert backstab him. Robert betrayal. Okay, so this is in the beginning of the game. We saw all of it. Indirectly, Neil Druckmann wanted to tell us. So, I made this character like this. You can think about the character on your own. Sarah is dead. Her daughter is dead because of killed by government, not because of the infected. And then his friend, backstab him. So, these two combination, when Sarah is dead and killed by government, makes Joel having a trust issue, and also the Sarah is dead. The death of Sarah, it's like oh, the death of Sarah makes Joel really close, having an emotional closeness to Ellie from this. Okay, when Sarah is dead, this emotional closeness to Ellie, emotional closeness to Ellie. Yes, when Sarah is dead, it's going to be function as emotional closeness. Sorry, the camera is still shaking. The function of this is for emotional closeness for Ellie, with Ellie. Okay, and then killed by government makes him ruthless, and makes him hate everything that connect with government. That's why uh, that's why he killed a lot of soldiers, right, including fireflies, because of what, they are still like army. Meanwhile, her daughter is killed by army. And then the betrayal of Robert makes him having a trust issue because his friends are betraying him. Oh, alright. And then because of this as well, because of the he killed by government, Sarah is killed by government. That's why Joel become a smuggler. A smuggler, someone who works illegally, because if you work for government, it's legal. Okay, it's approved by government, it's a law. And if you become a smuggler, it means that you're a rebel. You are a rebel. You are a rebel against the you are a rebel against the government. It's illegal. This is what Joel choose. So this is the characterization of Joel. And then and now we talk about the story. The story, the story, the story. Okay, the story is Joel, who Joel, a smuggler who wants to, who wants to, who wants to take cargo to the let's say that to the fireflies fireflies to fireflies fireflies, let's say temporary camp. Okay, fireflies temporary camp. Okay, so this is the Last of Us Part 1 story. Joel, who wants to take cargo to the Fireflies temporary camp, and after this he will get everything. He get his guns, okay? But is it really works? Of course it's not. It's not really works because of the Fireflies is dead. Maybe because of the infected or anything else. I'm kind of forgot in the game. That makes Joel have to deliver. That makes no 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 it makes Joel have to take Ellie. It makes Joel have to take Ellie to the fireflies place. Where is it? To to get to the fireflies place, Joel needs he needs to meet with Tommy, because Tommy used to be a fireflies. Okay, I mean used to be a fireflies. For your information, I'm not going to talk about The Last of Us Part 1 story, because we are not we are not focused in that story. Okay. Okay, so Joel needs meet with Tommy to inform him where the fireflies is, and then after that in the winter, and then after that in Colorado, southeastern Colorado, they go to the southeastern Colorado, but unfortunately in the winter Joel is wounded. Joel is wounded. This is just at the bottom line of the story. Joel is wounded, then have to stay for a while. Makes Ellie have to survive by herself, right? And then after that, Joel save Ellie, right? Joel save Ellie. Joel save Ellie, and then they go in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake. They go to the Salt Lake City, and then found the fireflies. Found the fireflies, but Ellie have to be killed. Ellie have to be killed, and Joel save her. Joel save her. Alright. This is The Last of Us Part 1 story. I have tell you I already tell you the characterization of Joel, the bottom line of the story. And now, because we already know the story of no, in the game we know that Joel is lose Sarah, right? We feel it. Because in the beginning of the game we've already feel drama, because this is actually a survival game, but why there is a drama, right? Why there's a drama? Uh, Seriously, until now, if I watch that cutscene again, sometimes I'm crying, man. I'm crying. I'm sorry. This camera maybe looks still kind of shaking. I'm gonna fix it. All right. Sorry for that. in the beginning of the game, we saw that there's already a drama, okay? But actually, this is a survival game. But we have to face the drama of our main character, Joel. Okay, we already feel the loss of Joel. All right, the loss of Joel, and when we the loss of Joel, we know the characterization of Joel. He is ruthless. He is a smuggler having a trust issue, and then moreover, when Joel saved Ellie, this is a sacred scene. A sacred scene for me. For me, it's a sacred scene. It feels like Joel saving his own daughter, but actually not, right? And in the Salt Lake City, this is the top. This is the top of what. This is the top feeling of Joel, that he loves Ellie. He loves Ellie. He loves Ellie just like her daughter, right? Just like his daughter. I'm sorry. Just like his daughter. And then the Fireflies was killed. All of them. All of them was killed by Joel. And Ellie are safe. Ellie are safe. So that's why there is The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, looks like this paper won't be fit, so now we use this paper. Alright, The Last of Us Part 2 now. The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, because this is the continue. Okay, because this is the continue from the part 1. So the story are continue. Okay, the story are continue with Joel, with Tommy asking what happened. No, I'm not gonna tell that scene, but I'm gonna write the bottom line of the story. So what is the bottom line of the game? So the bottom line of the game is Ellie who wants to revenge of Joel's death to Abby. Okay, this is the bottom line of the story of The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so The Last of Us Part 2. The key of the game is Joel's death. The key of the game is Joel's death. Okay. So the key of the game is Joel's death. Okay. Joel's death. That's what makes Ellie wants to revenge. Okay. Ellie wants to revenge. Ellie's revenge to Joel's death. Because of why? Because of this characterization. Okay, now I'm going to mention The Last of Us Part 1. Okay, the death of Joel. Why we play this game so much, and why do we love it? Okay, there is a few reasons. Number one, we are immersed to the Joel's character. We are immersed to Joel character. We are immersed by Joel character, and then we love them both. We love both character. Okay. We love both character. We love both character. 3. Mm, the death of Sarah. Death of Sarah. And then I guess this is the three reason. Okay, this is the three reason. I guess this is the three reason. So, okay. After I explain a little bit the bottom line of the story, and also the reason why we played The Last of Us Part 2, and now we continue talking about just the story of The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, now the actual story of The Last of Us Part 2. So, okay, by we playing The Last of Us Part 2, it means that there's a few things it means. Uh, I'm gonna maybe say a few things. So the first thing that we know The Last of Us Part 1, okay? We know exactly how the Part 1 is, okay? And the second, we know the character of Joel. The character of Joel. We know drama the drama of The Last of Us Part 1. And then we know their closeness, or we can say feeling. Okay, we know their feeling, and we also know about the things they have through. Okay, things they have through. Things they have through. Things they have been through. Okay, by we playing The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, it means that we know all of this. We know all of these things. We know all of these things. So when we're playing The Last of Us Part 2, it's a continue from the previous part of Part 1. Okay. The bottom line of the story is Ellie, who wants to revenge of Joel's death because of Abby killed him. Right? Okay. So how the story was created? How the story was created for me is it's really good, man. It's really good. They keeping the heartbreaking scene in the end. So the part 2, maybe it's going to be a little bit detailed, but I'm gonna try to make it short. If I can, I'm gonna explain it. Maybe this video going to be 40 or 50 minutes long. So okay. In the beginning, opening. So in the opening of the game, it means the message of the opening when Joel singing. It means that Joel indirectly said that I love you. I love you to Ellie. This is the opening of the scene, and this is a heartwarming scene. Okay, and we finally see that Joel is singing, because in the part 1 said that I used to be wanted to be a singer, right? And in the winter when Joel fell down from the horse, Ellie said that, come on, Joel, wake up, you gotta sing for me. And in The Last of Us Part 2, it does really happen. Joel singing for Ellie, and the song is Future Days, and that's beautiful, man. Indirectly said that I love you, man. The song, I really love it. I really love it. Okay, after this guitar scene, and then we jump to the grown up Ellie, actually teenage Ellie, right? 19 19 years 19 years old 19 years old of Ellie, the 19 years old of Ellie. And what is actually happened by the dialogue by the dialogue that uh, is spoke by Jesse. Jesse said that, uh, what happened? What happened with you and Joel? What happened with you and Joel? So, in this scene, when Jesse asked Ellie, we got no idea what happened. What happened? What happened between Joel and Ellie? Are you two okay? And then said that in the previous night before, which is that's the ending, a closing scene before we finish the game. Uh, uh, Jesse mentioned that when Seth is say something bad to you, and then Joel break it up, and why you mad at him. That part, it's confused me. We didn't know what is that mean. Okay, we didn't know exactly what is that mean, but in the end of the game, the closing scene, when we finish the game, we know exactly what happened. Okay, and then, so in this part, we got no idea what is it. Maybe if you are a detail people, maybe you're going to asking, oh, what is this dialogue means, right? So, if you are triggered by this dialogue, it makes you want to pull play the game, okay? And then after this, we're going to having a patrol with just with Dina, and then Jesse in the separate place. Meanwhile, we are in the cabin of a girl named Abby. We got no idea who is she. It's just a talk that Mel is pregnant, Owen, and then all of that crap. Okay, actually, there's nothing important here. It's just an introduction of another character of the game. And then after that, we jump again to Ellie and Dina. Ellie and Dina. We jump to Ellie and Dina. They having a patrol, clearly infected. They talking, watching a mountain together, and then they stuck in the blizzard. Stuck in the blizzard. Stuck stuck in the blizzard. Stuck in the blizzard, and then there's a kiss scene. The kiss scene, it means that, to inform us that, actually, oh, hey, Ellie, in this part of the game, now she has a spouse, which is Dina. Yes. I don't know why in the previous part of the game, and also this, they make Ellie like this. Maybe the Naughty Dog has their own reason, because, from the throughout of the gameplay, and by the character, I can figure it out. Okay, and then from the kiss scene, and uh, Jesse come, it means that, because Joel and Tommy doesn't show up. Okay, now Joel and Tommy doesn't show up. When I watching this game, oh man, Joel and Tommy wasn't show up. What happened? What happened to him? Okay, and meanwhile, on the blizzard, then, on the blizzard, and also they having a kissing. Meanwhile, Abby is on the horde, in the horde of zombies, and Joel the one who saved her. Okay, Joel the one who saved her, and then Ellie Ellie come Ellie Ellie having a concern about Joel, so she looking for him, and then from in the horde, then we saw in the cabin, not mention, not cabin, but in the mansion, that we saw that the Joel, we saw Joel's dead. We saw Joel's dead. Okay, so by the Joel's dead, this actually mean? First of all, the Joel's dead. It means that Joel is totally dead, and why we feel so sad, why we feel angry, and even I know there's a South Korean streamer when he saw that scene, he he break he break the he break the game he break the game into separate into two pieces. So because of this the part one, we know the part one, how the game is. We know the character of Joe. We know the drama, their feeling, and the things they have been through. And moreover, Joe Joe killed by someone, by a stranger who was saved by him, and then Joel is dead, shot by shotgun in his knee, and torment to death with golf club, with golf stick. Oh man, I'm sorry, with golf stick in front of Ellie, and um maybe if saw that scene again, I'm going to cry because that's devastating scene, man. That's devastating. Okay, so okay, uh, until in Joel's death, we have no idea what actually happened. What actually happened between Joel, between Joel and Ellie? Because when Jesse said that, are you okay with Joel? Are you two okay? Like it means like, hey, it means that something actually happened before we playing the game. Before Ellie get this job to do a patrol, but the game haven't show up yet what is actually happened, right? What is actually happened. So from this, and then after the death of Joel, Ellie on the grave, and then Tommy is run away, right? Tommy is run away, and then we go to Seattle. We go to Seattle. Okay. From this actually, not it's not really much I can explain that, but I'm just going to explain I'm going to jump in directly to Abby, because after we on the shuttle, after we arrive in the Seattle, it's just a gameplay. There's nothing I can break down. There's no a subtext. So we directly jump to Abby. We finally know who is this girl. This girl is a wolf, or you can say that she is an army, and moreover, Abby is uh, the doctors, the doctors of the daughter of the doctor who killed by Joe. Daughters daughters of doctor killed by Joe. Killed by Joe. So we finally know. Oh, this girl, this son of a bitch, this bitch is the daughters of is the daughters of doctor who killed by Joel. And then we we jump to the scene actually. Not real. Yes. So when we are in the Seattle, we playing a game after we meet again with Jesse and Tommy, and then Abby is right us in the theater, right? When Abby about to kill us, the scene was jump flashback to Abby, right? Flashback to Abby, and we finally know Abby is the daughters of Doctor who killed by Joel. And then we jump again to that scene where Abby is killed Joel. Okay, so I think from this until this event actually, mm, there is the same motive and same motivation, man. uh, same motive and motivation. Love and vengeance. Love of and vengeance. It's on Abby and also Ellie. Abby and Ellie. Okay. Love and vengeance of Abby. Because of why? Her father's killed. Her father killed. Okay. And the vengeance is she wants to take down the someone who killed his father. Her father actually. I'm gonna do the same if that's happened to my father, of course. And love and vengeance of Ellie. Why? Because of this. Because of this. Okay. Because of feelings. Because of feelings. Yeah. We can say that the reason of Ellie wants to pay back the most to Ellie because of this. Okay. But to make it things more simple, is the motivation and reason of Ellie is love and vengeance. Because of the first is love, who motivate both of these character. Love to Abby and Ellie. Abby love her father. Ellie love Joel just like her father. Okay, even though Joel is just a smuggler and she is just a cargo, it means that actually they have no relationship at all. But she is a cargo and Joel is a smuggler. Okay, but because of everything they have been through with Joel and Ellie, the event makes them feeling connect to each other, makes their relationship and their feeling just like father and daughter because of what happened in the previous game in The Last of Us Part 1. Maybe if you really playing The Last of Us, sorry, maybe if you really play The Last of Us from 2013, and then you playing the game in 2020, maybe you still exactly remember the characters of Joel, how the beautiful of the game is, right? How they're feeling the emotion, their emotional closeness, feeling love is, you can feel it, right? Maybe you are immersed the character, Joel's character, into you, right? You feel like, oh, actually Joel is not really that ruthless. He is just a man who having a trust issue. And moreover, his daughter is dead because of government. Okay, because of government's people. And then by the existence of The Last of Us Part 2, uh, the Naughty Dog the Naughty Dog terminate terminate someone who we love, the characters of Joel. Personally, man, when the scene of the guitar scene, when in the guitar scene, where it right here, the guitar scene, it's really touching my heart, man. It's really touching my heart, man. It feels, I see like, oh man, looks like Joel is really a good father. I'd like to be just like him. I want to be a good father just like him. Even the character is just in video game, but I feel the character of Joel, that I am drawn in his character, how good he is, and his soft side to Ellie, right? He is a smuggler, ruthless because of his job, and he have to face everything by senseless and no mercy, right? Because of his job. But aside of that, he have a soft he have a soft side to Ellie, right? That's why in the secret scene, when Ellie was almost killed by David, and Joel hold her, man, it's really good dramatic. It's like, it's a good drama scene. It's like father and daughter, man. It's really nice, heartwarming, and their it's connect their feeling, man. It's connect their feeling, because after that scene when they are in Salt Lake City, Joel said that I'd like to teach you playing a guitar. It's something. It's not a conversation between a cargo and also a smuggler, but this conversation, it's like someone who have feeling to another people. Joel have a feeling to Ellie, right? And I reckon you're gonna love that. What you say? And Ellie said that, yeah, sounds interesting. Yes. In The Last of Us Part 2, Joel are dead. Okay, Joel is dead. Maybe the beginning of the game, we feel pissed mad, even we are boiling mad. But actually, the more we playing the game, okay, uh, the more we playing the game, the more we playing the game, we understand the feeling of Abby. We understand the feeling of Abby, right? The more we playing the game, we understand the feeling of Abby. And also, the more we playing the game, even moreover, we playing till the end of the game, we understand the feeling of Abby. Ellie, sorry, Ellie. But for me, in my point of view as a scriptwriter, yes, I'm a film scriptwriter. In my point of view of film scriptwriter, this both side is not wrong. This both side is not wrong, man. Both of these people lost someone they love. So if they fight, I think it's just a normal, because the human's life is full of conflict, right? But the more we're playing the game, the both characters realize that, man, revenge is no use. It's no use. Okay, that's why Abby in in almost the final scene. No, in the fight scene. Sorry, there's a plan. In the fight scene with Ellie, right? Abby and Ellie having a fight scene. There's a dialogue that said said that, Abby, I'm not doing this. When she said I'm not doing this, it means that she mean it. She accept her father loss. Maybe she know that, okay, what loss is already lost. If I kill Ellie, it wouldn't bring him back. And also, when Ellie about to kill Abby, when she already drawn, Ellie finally realized that, oh, revenge is not going to bring him back. And finally, Ellie just let it go. Ellie let it go just like that. And then the game, we thought that the game is finished, but actually no. Ellie's back to her home with Dina, but there's no one because Dina is already left, and what left is the guitar. Okay, it's the guitar, and Ellie trying to play Future Days without a couple of her finger, and that's a devastating, man. The first song that Joel taught her is Future Days, right? And that's Joel's love letter to Ellie by a song, and that song is beautiful. I really love it. And then, uh, when the scene is finished, we finally know what happened. We finally know what happened to Joel and Ellie. What happened between this character we love? What happened? So the truth is uncovered. The truth is uncovered when Ellie and Dina is on party. Ellie and Dina in the party, they kiss each other. And that's a family event. And said that Yes, just like what we need. A loud-mouthed dyke. A loud-mouthed dyke. Man, that word is so rude, man. And Joel break it up, and then Ellie said that I don't need your fucking help. I don't need your fucking help. And then Ellie visit Joel's house, right? When when he is playing a guitar and asking about whether you're drinking a coffee, where do you get that? And she asking what is actually happened in Salt Lake City. Making a cure could have been kill you, so I stopped them. And Ellie said that that's my purpose. If I was there, my life would have been fucking matter. But Joel is totally love her just like he loved his daughter. Just like he loved his daughter. And Joel even said that if God would ever give me a second chance, I'm gonna do it all over again. So it means that Joel is totally love her without any hesitation, without any doubt. Okay. So how the now this is how the story, this is how the creativity of Naughty Dog, I guess. The creativity of Naughty Dog. Okay, let's make a line right here. Okay, so this is before the gameplay. This is before the gameplay. This is before the gameplay, and then this is what we didn't know. What we didn't know, or we can say that this is the ending scene. This is the ending scene. So we're playing a game. In the opening we said we play 19 years old Ellie. 19 years old Ellie. 19 years old Ellie. Go to Seattle. Go to Seattle. I wrote this wrong. I'm sorry. Go to Seattle. After Abby. After Abby. After Abby, and then we play Abby, and finally Abby are going to kill Ellie, and then back again to Ellie again, to their new life, to their new life, to their new life, and then we're playing that game again until until it's until it's finished. So the so this is the ending, the explanation of all of the event. Okay, but uh but this ending scene, before of everything is happened, the Naughty Dog put the scene on the end. Put the scene on the end. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of this? The purpose of this to tell the players that Ellie actually is in really really deep of grief. Because of why? Because when Joel is dead, Ellie is trying to forgive Joel. Okay, Ellie trying to forgive Joel, trying to forgive Joel. And this is genius, man. This is genius, clever. When you met to someone, you angry to someone, especially it's actually someone you love. Let's say it's like it's to your father. You have something unfinished business, and you both are boiling mad, and in the morning you haven't finished your business yet with your father. And when you try to forgive him, in the morning you heard that news that your father is dead on a car accident. if I was on that position, I'm going to cry, really cry, and I'm gonna forgive him without any hesitation, and I'm gonna forget that what he have done in the previous day. So, the Last of Us, the Naughty Dog, trying to inform us, Ellie is in really pain, in emotional pain, really deep emotional pain, in deep grief. And when she trying to forgive Joel, Joel is dead. It's like you want to forgive someone that you can forgive him, but you won't be able to see him again. God damn, that's really deep. You forgive someone, you forgive someone, but that individual won't be come to you again. He will never say thanks for forgive me. God damn, that's really deep, man. That's really deep. And this is the art of emotional game in the Last of Us Part 2. This is how the story was told, man. Then this is how the story was forged. This is how the story was presented to us until we play until the ending. We know what actually happened before everything, and that's really pain, man. It's really the pain. The Last of Us Part 2 game, it's not just about, it's not about the adventure, about the combat game, but it's actually about also love, and also to tell you that, hey, if you want to take a revenge, you don't have to, man, because when you take a revenge, it won't bring anything back. It won't bring someone who love it, who love that already died is back to you. You don't have to do that. So just let it go, just let it go, just accept everything that happened in this fight. And that's how the Last of Us Story 2 was told, and that's how the story was forged. Okay, the breakdown is finished, man. So right after this The Last of Us Part 2 Masterclass, I'm going to break down The Last of Us Season 1 HBO. I just I already watched this season is twice, but to make it more even accurate, I watched the entire season again because now I'm in the second episode. So yeah, I wish that I can deliver you the best breakdown in The Last of Us Part 1, because there's I want to tell you that the differences between the media, because in the game and also in the television, the TV show. So thank you guys for watching my video. If you're watching from the first minute till the last minute, don't forget to like my video, give a comment, also subscribe, and please share my channel if you found that this video is useful, and maybe you want to share it to the Last of Us fans community, or maybe a big community of cosplay and anything else. Thank you guys for watching this video. I see you in The Last of Us Part 1. I see you in The Last of Us HBO series breakdown. Thank you.